skills trainings that we do. The commercial production, the culinary, and the commercial cleaning are rolling admissions. So as people graduate, new people start the following week. They run 6 weeks long. The commercial cleaning and commercial production is 9 to 3. Culinary is 7:30 to 1:30. So those programs are ongoing. And like I said, thank you. As people graduate, new people start. Right now, the wait list for commercial cleaning is rather long. The one for culinary is, it's sort of long, but it's not as long as the commercial cleaning one. And then commercial production does not have a wait list currently. The other 3 training programs we have, the hotel and hospitality, the National Grid, and the clean energy program, all have like hard start and end dates. So the hotel and hospitality training is, again, that one's also 6 weeks long. Then that next session starts September 22nd. And again, it's geared towards people who want to work, not necessarily in hotels, but customer service in general. You get several different certificates while you're going through the program. You get your ServSafe, your front desk service, your customer gold service. It's all through the American Hotel and Lodging Association. I should mention too, with commercial cleaning and commercial production, you're eligible to get your OSHA 10. With IFA, you're eligible to get your ServSafe while you're going through. The hotel and hospitality training is more of a classroom type of setting. So the other trainings are more like hands-on doing things. Hotel and hospitality, there's a lot of like reading involved with it. So some people enjoy that sort of classroom setting. Other people want the more hands-on stuff. And then our clean energy teaches people how to do solar paneling. So that is our longest training. It's 12 weeks long. The cohort that's in training right now are graduating at the end of October. So the next clean energy class probably will be in November or December. And then National Grid, which is 7 weeks, is starting on September 29th, is the next National Grid program. For National Grid, you do have to have a driver's license, and you have to have a clean driving record for 3 years. And for your quarry, you can have a quarry, but you can't have had any felonies in the last 5 years or misdemeanors in the last 3 years. So they're very National Grid, and they're the ones that fund the program. So they're very strict about the criteria. With clean energy, you don't have to have a driver's license, but they encourage it because most of the jobs in that field do require a driver's license. So they're not looking to set anybody up for failure, to go through the whole thing and then not be able to find employment afterwards. And then the quarry is done on a case-by-case basis, so they review each quarry before they decide whether or not to allow somebody into the clean energy class. There is what's called a TABE test, which is like the equivalent of an 8th grade math test that you have to pass in order to get into either National Grid or clean energy. So if somebody's interested in those, we have you test way before the class starts, provide you like a study guide, things like that. So you have a chance to practice for it. And again, it's like an 8th grade math test, so it's really not that bad. And you also, depending on, if you don't pass the first time, depending on your score, you're eligible to retake it. So with the clean energy and the National Grid, you also get your OSHA 30. And then a bunch of other certificates that I can't even possibly name at this time. So again, the next National Grid starts at the end of September. So if anybody is interested, just make sure that you put that on your thing so that we know to get you in here for testing. All of the programs come with a stipend, unless you're ATR, because ATR pays you hourly for doing the training. So ATR is done a little separately than the other funding sources. Part of the criteria to get the stipend at the end of the training is that you have to meet 80% attendance. So for the 6-week training, that's roughly means you can miss 6 classes. Obviously, we don't want people to miss, but if things come up, things happen.
Yeah.
So you have that 80% attendance, and then you have to apply for a certain number of jobs while you're doing the training program. And depending on the training you're doing, that says how many jobs you have to apply for. So hotel and hospitality, they have to apply for a lot more because they're using the computers a lot more. Whereas commercial cleaning, culinary, production, I think it's 18 over the course of 6 weeks, so it's 3 a week. Really not that much. And 2 hours every week while you're in training, you'll be in the computer lab with our employment specialists, working on applying for jobs, updating your resume, things like that. So that's built in as part of your skills training, so you have the time to do that. The stipends for commercial cleaning, commercial production, and culinary are $230 at the end of the program. Sometimes, excuse me, it can take up to 21 days for you to get your stipend after you complete class. They only batch out the stipends once a month, so depending on when you graduate, sometimes people are really lucky and they graduate like right when they're putting out the stipends. Other time you might be graduating at the beginning of the month, they're not putting it out to the end of the month. So I wish we could give like a definitive date, but it's hard to do that. The hotel and hospitality has a $500 stipend attached to it. The National Grid has a $2,400 stipend attached to it. That's done in 2 separate batches. And then solar clean energy, is $1,200, also batched out into 2 separate payments. While you're in training here, one of the cool things is that you're eligible for free breakfast and lunch. So one thing the culinary department does is cooks breakfast and lunch for everybody in the building, which is really a money saver for sure. Right. So the cafeteria opens at 8. The people who are in culinary get there at 7:30 to start prepping everything. But so a lot of times people will come in and have breakfast or coffee prior to starting, whatever training they're starting for the day. And then lunch is between 11 and 12, depending on what class you're in. They sort of stagger it because you'll see that the cafeteria is not all that big, so they don't want everybody going at one time for lunch. And so so the free breakfast and lunch. Once you complete your training, you are still, if you're not working yet, you're still eligible to come back, and we have every Thursday we have a 3-hour job club in the computer lab for program graduates to continue working with the employment specialist on looking for jobs and things like that. Also eligible to still meet with your case manager. I'm the only one here today, but there are 3 more of us. Right. So you'll get assigned to somebody. One of us will be your case managers, and then you're still eligible to meet with us. You also are eligible for a stipend once you find work and you're working for 30 days and you provide us with pay stubs. You're eligible for another $230 stipend. What am I missing? Oh, and then there is, along with the skills training, we have our job readiness training, which is a 3-week program. That's 9 to 12, so it's shorter than the other programs. And it's really more focused on, so the first week, it actually started today, is digital literacy. So it's really learning a lot more about the computer. And then the other 2 weeks it's really job readiness. So they do a lot of mock interviewing, a lot of different hard and soft skills. It's not focused on one particular area. It's more focused on like, how do I interview? How do I get a job? How do I keep a job? So everybody's eligible to do the job readiness training. If you're able to do it before you start your skills training, great. If the timing doesn't work out and you do your skills training first and then the job readiness training, that's fine too. But everybody's eligible for job readiness as long as they're going to be doing a skills training. I know I threw a whole lot of information at you. Do you guys have any questions right now? Yeah.
I do.
Well, I work part-time, but I did have a full-time job 8 years ago because I was here 8 years ago, and they're the
Oh,
ones who
okay.
got me the job at Boston Children's Hospital,
Oh, nice.
housekeeping floor tech.
Yeah.
I was overnight, and I
Okay.
lost it because my boss wasn't too fond, so I just
Mm.
resigned.
Yeah.
So I just have the part-time job, so I'm looking back for a full-time job,
Full-time.
and
Okay.
I'm looking for like housekeeping floor tech. And I was wondering, do I have to do the training you're talking about, or can I just jump in to start looking, get help looking for jobs since I've done it before? What do you think? Because
Well,
I put my resume on Link and all that stuff because I know how to do all that. I be on the computer late at night and stuff. But there's not a lot of overnight jobs, but I need an overnight
need an
job.
overnight
Because
job?
my part-time job is from 4 to 8. And then I want to
okay.
go from there to overnight because that's what I was
overnight.
doing before.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So I would say, because it was so long ago, like, yes, we would want you to go through another
Okay.
training, but I think because the commercial cleaning has a wait list, what you could do is in the meantime, you could come to the job club on Thursdays
Okay.
because you are technically a program graduate, right? It's just from
Yeah.
a while ago.
Yeah.
So it's 9 to 12 on Thursdays,
Okay.
on the fourth floor.
Okay.
And Chris, who is probably up there right now, actually, she's the employment specialist, so
Okay.
she'll be the one you'd be dealing with. And then we would just have you on the wait list, and then maybe, hopefully, you'll get another job before you even have to start training, you know.
Okay.
But I do think that they would want you to at least be on the wait list for it, just
Okay,
because it
yeah.
was a while ago
Oh,
that
yeah,
you were
yeah.
here.
No problem.
And for ATR, do you know which program you want to do? Did they talk to you about which ones you can do?
I sign up for commercial cleaning.
Commercial cleaning?
Yeah.
Okay. So I believe for ATR, I think the next batch for commercial cleaning starts on September 22nd.
September 22nd.
Yes, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but Sylvia is the case manager for all the ATR clients, so she'll be the one that you're working with. But I'm almost positive that the 22nd is when the next group of ATR people are starting commercial cleaning.
How long is it?
6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah. And then you'd be able to do the job readiness training afterwards, which is another 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, the ATR is done very differently than all of the other programs. And then would you just mind signing in here for me? And then I will give you guys the tour. So you guys have probably, I don't know if you noticed, but in the elevator when you came up, that elevator, that front elevator, after 9 o'clock will only go to will only come to this floor. And then what you'd want to do is get off, come to this back elevator that we're going to take, and that'll get you up to the other floors you need to get to. Before 8, only the 6th floor is open, the cafeteria. And then they normally between like 8:45 and 9, they'll unlock the other floors in the front elevator so people can get to class. But if you come in after 9, you'll just have to get off at 2, come to the back elevator, and then go up to whichever class you're trying to get to. All right, let me give you guys the tour.
All right.